At every point in time, there's so much opportunity to do new stuff. So we really need to be focused, and I'm sure you have the same problem, that there are too many ideas. So somehow we need to be crisp and execute the things that really do make a difference. It's quite tricky. STARTRADER itself is totally cloud native. We've been in the cloud since we were born. So from a cloud perspective, that's where we are. And the implementation of AI in the different parts of our operations, that's been happening for a long time. Risk management, various models and so forth. It's been there for a long time, and it's something we're continuing to build on all the time. One area where I think it's especially powerful is for personalization, because when people come into their My Account area and they want to understand what's going on, analytics and things like that, we have information about how people trade and so forth, and that enables us to deliver more exact services for that, for you, for each trader. So that's great. Obviously, the data belongs to each trader, so we do that for each trader, but it doesn't leak across. It's a personal experience. It's got to be that way. The data does not belong to us; it belongs to the traders. That's an important aspect. And there's more coming. There's more coming. We're doing more things all the time. I think there are two answers to your question. One is risk that we know about, and one is risk that we don't know about. So looking at the risks that we do know about, well, things can always go wrong in different ways. This month, AWS has had an outage, technical outage worldwide on all their systems. These things happen. It's not because they're bad people, it's because these things can happen. So technical problems can always occur. They can occur even within the STARTRADER systems. I'm delighted to say that most of that side of risk has been ironed out and taken good care of. Our performance now is better than last year. Last year our performance was better than the year before. That will continue. So we will continue to invest in everything that it takes to make our systems as risk capable as possible, so that it's possible to trade safely. But there's the other side. There's the risk that we don't know about. Things can go wrong in the markets that you think it's absolutely dead certain that if I trade like this, I'm going to get that result. Welcome to trading. There is always risk that we cannot foresee. So one alternative is to not do any trading, and I think that's a pretty bad alternative. So I think the more clever alternative is to trade in such a way that we're all aware that things should go to plan and may not go to plan, and we need to be ready for both of those two fundamental scenarios all the time. That's a lovely question. I love it. So intellectual property for me is something really important. So what is intellectual property? Well, if you look at your employment contract, there will be a little bit about intellectual property in the beginning, or if you look at a non-disclosure agreement, there will be some material about intellectual property in there. And they define it as being not only patents, but also business secrets and the way we do things, in which order we do things even. So all of these things together constitute intellectual property. Anything man-made, anything that's from our minds is intellectual property. So for me, managing those things is very, very important. Yes, there are things within STARTRADER systems that we have patented. That's natural, of course we have. But I think the key element is the way that we operate and take care of our traders. So the customer onboarding processes, the way that we do compliance, the way that we ensure that everyone is transparently informed about their trading conditions. Those methods of making sure that your trading environment is as good as possible, all of our trading environments are as good as possible. those methods are also intellectual property. So taking care of that and making sure that we really deliver the best imaginable experience for our traders and really empower everyone to trade, that's all intellectual property too. So for me, intellectual property is incredibly important. Well, for me, transparency and fairness go hand in hand. If you're not transparent with me or I'm not transparent with you, then trust goes and the belief that there is fairness in the system goes. So transparency is incredibly important. And it's not easy because if we want to give you full information about everything, we could flood you with incredible amounts of information, and that's not useful. And that's kind of a way of obscuring the truth in itself. So finding the right balance between giving the information that people can act on and not giving too much so that it's something that people can digest, it's not easy. So transparency is fundamental. It's fundamental to everything we do. And we want to be as open and transparent as we possibly can. We are as open and transparent as we possibly can be. And it has to be that way because that trust is what everything hinges on when the markets dip, and sometimes they do. And we need to have a situation with our traders where we don't throw each other out of the window just because the market dipped. That trust needs to be in place before that happens. And the only way that that can be achieved is by being really open and transparent. It's something that we really work hard on. So to the extent that there's an information imbalance, we do everything in our power to make sure that everyone is fully informed. To me, that's a broad concept and important, because what type of a world do we want to live in? I mean, we want to live in a world where it's nice for you and me and everyone around us to live. That's what we want to do. So for me, sustainability includes things like corporate social responsibility or CSR, where we do things in India, we do things in Thailand, even here in Dubai. To me, those things are important. Sustainability as traders means not taking crazy risks, but trying to create a sustainable way of trading. And it's all about taking care of each other and in the broadest sense possible. Learning, going for training seminars, teaching, and working together. For me, all of those things come together. It's the human side of it all. And I find it very, very important, really, really important. Well, the thing I love about WikiFX Golden Awards is that there are kind of two things that come together in a lovely way. One is the human side, where we humans, we traders, we're flawed, we're fearless, and occasionally brilliant. And on the other side, there's the purely professional side of it all, which is all about integrity, innovation, and performance, and those words. And when those things come together, where the human side and the professional sides come together, then there's this wonderful sustainable trader thing that happens when everything just works in a nice way. So I hope to meet people like that here at the WikiFX Golden Awards again. I mean, that's what you always bring in. You bring in these wonderful people who it's fun to talk to, and it's possible to learn a lot from all the individuals here. And I'm really proud to be here. The WikiFX Golden Insight Awards is an important thing, it really is, in my opinion, because it holds everyone accountable. It means that there is a forum where we all look at the best in-class performance for compliance, for all the different disciplines that make up Forex as a whole. And it does so both formally by awards, which I think are great, and also informally, because looking at the talent that takes part in these events, there's so many highly capable people that talk to so many highly capable people that the effect is that we hold each other accountable. What are you doing here? I'm doing this. Okay, I'm doing this. Okay, I'm going to do that too. And I do this as well. And we hold each other accountable. We raise the standard by attending this event. So it's a really, really powerful way of improving the industry. I think it's great fun to be an expert judge for these WikiFX awards. I think it's a really good thing. One of the things I really like about it is the way that WikiFX is very data-driven. You can see it when you look at all the WikiFX websites and the information that WikiFX provides. It's very analytical. And that's what STARTRADER is like too as a business. We're very numerically driven, very heavy on analytics, very heavy on trying to really understand what's going on. So I think WikiFX and STARTRADER are very, very much aligned. So that in itself makes me really proud to be a judge during these things. And I hope, and I in fact know, that we will improve the industry by doing this together. I know that because the core values at STARTRADER are all about transparency and fairness. And I know that that's true at WikiFX as well. So this works. This is a classic case of 1 + 1 = 3. So I'm really proud to be a judge. We are so aligned. So WikiFX is a really strong business which is growing year by year. STARTRADER is exactly the same. We're growing year by year. We're growing very, very strongly. We've been lucky. We've been very well received in the marketplace. And how come? Well, the reason for that is that both WikiFX and STARTRADER are focused, and I say this again, transparency and fairness, these fundamental values. We share the information, we put it out there, so that everyone can choose how they want to trade. And they do it with open eyes. The information is right there. That's fundamentally very similar. So the type of sustainable future world where people can trade long term, we can have lasting relationships with our clients can feel that they can have a lasting relationship with the environment that we provide. All of that is aligned. So for me, alignment on long-term relationships and the human side of trading, the sustainability part of it all, that's, yeah, we're together on that. Well, my big suggestion for the brilliant participants is to recognize that the room is filled with brilliant participants. So take the opportunity to talk to other people and ask open questions. There's so much know-how. And don't just ask the WikiFX people. I mean, STARTRADER people should ask not only WikiFX people, they should ask other brokers as well. Ask everyone. Just talk to all the individuals. Every single person in this room, every single person who is part of this WikiFX experience has a story to tell which is interesting. So go and ask. I learned so much simply by asking, because there are so many talented people around. It's so much fun. And I think that's the best way of truly building a sustainable network of traders, because if we learn from each other, we can get there. We can get to a situation where it's just great. It's just a good trading network. So take the opportunity, talk to each other. That's my big advice. WikiFX is important because it acts as a bridge between STARTRADER and STARTRADER's clients. And in fact, as a bridge between the whole brokerage community and the community of traders. And I find it important because it has several positive effects. transparency, because there are quite a few different types of players in the industry, and I think transparency about that is very, very useful in itself. And it also has a standardization effect, because if WikiFX reports about new best practices, then you can always see STARTRADER and all the other brokers checking up on that and asking themselves, hey, is that something we should do as well? So I think both in terms of transparency and in terms of standards, I think WikiFX does a great thing for STARTRADER and also for other brokers. It really does. Well, I think WikiFX does a lot of good for STARTRADER and all the other brokers. It really does. Now, pressure is a privilege. Very, very welcome. What WikiFX does is to shine a light on the good and the bad in the industry and tell everyone about it. And I like that, because it means there's no place to hide for anyone. I really, really like it. So I think WikiFX adds a lot of value by making people more accountable for what they do. I like it. I like it. It puts pressure on everyone, and like I said earlier, pressure is a privilege. Bring it on. I think it's really, really good.